This video is brought to you by Advanced Digital Media Services. 5 Best Web Hosting Practices to Keep Your Site Safe. When launching a website for your business, you need to get it active and launch it live on the internet. In order to do that, you will need to host your website. It is important to have the best web hosting account for your website to be accessible for everyone on the internet. What is web hosting? The simplest way of explaining what web hosting really is that it makes your business website widely accessible from all over the internet. If your website is hosted, it will be easier for you to gain access to it anywhere. Just like our physical homes, websites are also prone to different breaches in security. Cybercrime can sometimes be hard to avoid when you don't know how to protect your site and its applications. With web hosting services, you can easily have a secure web space to keep all of the data and web pages of your hosted website. What is the purpose of web hosting? The main purpose of web hosting is to provide you with easy access to your website from all over the internet. When creating a website, web hosting is one of the most important factors you need to consider. Having reliable and secure web hosting is essential for your website to be successful. In hiring a web hosting service, it is important to make sure that they can manage all of your back-end issues and handle all server repairs. Web hosting can be a lot of work, that's why most businesses invest in competitive services. There are still some free web hosting services on the internet, but is free web hosting safe? It may be tempting to opt for free web hosting, but there are a lot of disadvantages such as slower speed, too many ads, and less security. Best web hosting practices for a safer site. To ensure that you know how to choose a web host, here are 5 web hosting best practices you need to look for. 1. Dedicated IP address versus shared address. The IP address of your website tells the servers where they can find the host of that domain on the internet. Dedicated IP addresses are better than having a shared address for the following reasons. Dedicated IP address. With a dedicated IP address, you can be sure that your address is unique throughout the internet. The main advantage of having a unique address is that you will get better search engine optimization and rank higher on search engines. Having a dedicated IP address will maintain a good reputation for your website to make it more visible on the internet. Shared IP address. A shared IP address is a feature used by servers for better monitoring and hosting of different websites they maintain. This means that there are other sites on the internet that have the same IP address. The only disadvantage of having a shared IP address is that if other websites are blacklisted on the internet, your site will also be blacklisted. 2. Disk space. In web hosting, there is a disk storage assigned to each website from your provider. The total storage space must be enough for all of your files, including log files, tracking, and statistics. You can also buy additional disk space to be able to add more content from your site. 3. Technical support. Most web hosting companies provide 24/7 customer support, but most of the time, these customer support systems are not available to provide immediate technical support. To find the best web hosting company for you, make sure that they can be trusted to provide 24/7 technical support so every server issue will be fixed as soon as it happens and everything will run smoothly. 4. Network monitoring. Network monitoring is one of the main features of web hosting because it is the gateway for better security and control on your website. It can send alerts to inform the handler about any error that occurs in the hosting, such as exceeding the limit of your RAM, disk usage, different processes, and many more. Aside from that, network monitoring can also restore the server in a short amount of time whenever an error occurs, making it run at top condition at all times. 5. External backups. Having a secure web hosting service means you also have the advantage of daily backups to other servers. This means that in the event of an irreversible error where your hard disk may collapse or stop working, you can easily retrieve your data and website information on another server. The best web hosting service can provide you with personalized services specific to your website. With Advanced Digital Media Services, your website is guaranteed to have next-level protection along with constant security updates for increased performance. Ensure that your website is accessible to all your potential customers around the world. Call us now at 877-237-6969. Or email us via info@advdms.com. Or simply visit us at www.advdms.com.